I used AI to make Game of Thrones characters confess their crimes to me, and their crimes are, well, they're weird. Once they explain their crimes, chat and I get to ask them questions to determine if they're guilty or not guilty. And if they're guilty, we get to come up with the punishment. And look at that, our first defendant is entering right now. Cersei, it seems that you have been charged with a grave crime. What do you have to say for yourself? And what is this crime that you have committed?
Oh, the iron irony of being hauled before this sham of a court by pretenders and hypocrites.
That's
the grave
fine.
crime. I've been charged with gross misuse of the royal wine cellars.
Okay.
Accused of replacing the finest arbor golds with horse piss to insult guests I despise. How delightfully ridiculous. As if a Lannister would ever let a drop of poor vintage touch her lips, let alone serve it at court. I was caught merely because a few flagons bore the stench of deceit, crafted by lesser minds trying to tarnish my reputation. You think yourselves paragons of virtue? Fuck your virtues and this mockery of justice.
Virtue.
I demand this farce to be dismissed.
Did she really say that she filled up bottles of wine with horse piss? Where did she get this from? That's my first question. Cersei, can you please explain something to the court? We really need some clarification on what you replaced the wine with. Was it literal horse piss? Or are you using that as a euphemism for some other bad wine? Perhaps Dornish?
You fools. When I say horse piss, I speak with the brutal candor that defines me, not in meek riddles. Yes, it was actual horse piss, fermented with the sour grapes of my contempt for those who dare to oppose me, caught because some sniveling kitchen rat couldn't stomach the tang of rightful vengeance. Why bother with the wines from dawn when the stables are stocked with a far more fitting tribute to the worth of my enemies? And before your feeble minds entangle themselves further in outrage, know this. Technically, it isn't forbidden to serve animal waste if it's declared as a jest. Now dismiss these ludicrous charges and let a queen attend to real matters.
So it's literal horse piss. She's got a good point there. Is it against the law to feed someone animal waste, as she referred to it as? Hey Cersei, you might be right that it might not be against the law, but can I ask you a couple questions? How did you acquire this horse piss? Did you do it yourself, or and who all drank it? How many people drank it?
Do you really think I, Queen Cersei, personally bucketed piss from the stables? I have servants for such fitting tasks. Thralls who understand that their queen's commands are not up for moral scrutiny. As for who drank it, it was those insufferable nobles from across Westeros who fancied themselves worthy of my hospitality. A considerable crowd, I must admit, each swallowing their share of justice, disguised in golden chalices. Now, stop bothering me with your petty inquiries and focus on the myriad of actual treasons happening under your very noses, you incompetent cunts.
Okay, she called us cunts, so I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit against her now. Criminal Code of Canada 2451, sub 1, I don't know. Administering a noxious substance. So you're leaning towards punishment. I'm leaning towards punishment. Sounds like she did it. Sounds like she doesn't give a fuck. Cersei, I hate to say it, but we as the judges are leaning towards punishing you. Is there anything else you can say to sway us to give you mercy?
Mercy. You dare speak of mercy in my presence as if it holds any currency here. Listen closely, you witless judges.
Okay.
As the true sovereign of the Seven Kingdoms, every act I commission, no matter how vile it may seem to your quivering spines, serves the realm's greater purpose. Further, by the laws set by my father, the great Tywin Lannister, the Crown's actions, especially those that protect its dignity, are beyond reproach. Now, if you wish to continue this farce, know that you are not judging a mere woman, but the embodiment of the Crown itself. Dismiss this foolery, or face the wrath of House Lannister. I've played this game longer and better than any of you can ever hope to.
Punish! 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 Okay, two people, an eye for an eye? Wait, how many bottles does she have to drink? I said...
Make her drink pee.
I can't believe I'm talking about this, but how much piss does Cersei have to drink? Should it be equivalent to the amount that she gave out to others? Cersei, the court is deciding on your punishment. We have one more question. How much piss did people actually drink from your act.
Do you find it so fascinating? The measurements of retribution served in liquid forms. Very well. Let it be known then that entire barrels, yes, barrels, were dedicated to this noble cause.
What the fuck?
Enough to ensure each of those wretched souls had a deep gulp of my scorn. By my calculation, gallons of this majestic brew graced the throats of the unworthy, a fitting tribute to their incessant idiocy.
Oh my god, that's gross.
Now, can we proceed from such trivial questions to matters that truly deserve the attention of a queen? Or must I endure more of this asinine grilling? Let the record show that they drank, not to their health, but to their due humiliation. And what a glorious sight it was.
She must drink 1 glass of piss at every high dinner public event for the next 3 events. I like that. Every time that she's drinking in public, it has to be someone else's piss. Cersei Lannister, by order of the court of Westeros, you have been charged and you are guilty of the crimes you have admitted to. Your punishment shall be, at every public event for the foreseeable future, you shall drink piss at every single event. No wine, no water, until your heart content. Until you can drink no more. Truly, we are administrators of civilized justice. I think so.
How utterly charming to think that making me sip on the very concoction I devised would constitute a worthy punishment. Yet, let it be known, you pitiful imbeciles, Cersei Lannister does not bow to the whims of morons swayed by sentiment. Perhaps you think this little indignity will break my spirit, diminish my power, or even amuse your pathetic courts. Fools. I will drink, and each sip will be a testament to my undying contempt for you all. A reminder of your own triviality and my unassailable resolve.
Excellent.
Let the games begin, and see who tires first, for a Lannister's endurance is legendary. And remember, I am the fucking queen. My retribution will be as inventive as it is boundless.
Contempt of court, insults the judge with vulgarity. Another charge. You're right. Get her out of here, bailiff. Get her out of here. She's in contempt. I hold her in contempt. Get her the fuck out of here. We are the justice. We are justice. We are the rulers of judges of Westeros.
I'm accused of stealing every fucking chicken in this piss-poor town because a man's got to eat. And those clucking beasts were just wandering, begging to be plucked. If any of you cunts think I'm going to stand here groveling, you've mistaken me for some soft-hearted knight in shiny armor. Which one of you shit-stained lords wants to hear how starvation is a more cruel fate than death by sword? I took those chickens from a bunch of sniveling small folk who wouldn't dare fight a real battle. And you call that a crime? Let's see if any of you can manage without your feasts and fuckery for a fortnight. Then judge me, you bastards.
There it is! The chicken crime. Great question, Mary. Did he keep all the chickens for himself or distribute them? That's the first question. Second question, how many chickens did you steal? And third question, are they all consumed by now? And fourth question, how did you cook them? Did you cook them? Yes, that's 5 questions, but we need to know. The court needs to know.
I kept every last one of those fucking chickens for myself. Why? Because I don't share my spoils with spineless cunts. I stole enough to fill my belly for days. Doesn't matter the exact count. Most are roasted over a fire, the way proper meat should be cooked. And yes, they're all eaten.
Wow.
Wouldn't leave anything for the likes of you leeches, would I?
Okay, I mean, I guess he's pretty much just admitting to it, like he fucking did it. Yeah, I feel we have to punish him. We have to punish him. Ooh, I like that, Dean. Condemn him to only eat vegetarian for a month. That's good. Did you really need to eat all that fucking chicken? I understand you were hungry, but you're making it sound like, oh, I was just hungry, so I needed to eat chicken. It sounds like you stole dozens of chickens. We should come up with some laws.
I needed to eat all those fucking chickens. Because a man of my size doesn't fill up on breadcrumbs and prayer. Like you lot, a starving dog doesn't count chickens before they're roasted. Especially when his life is one long bloody
Like
battle
that.
from every damn corner. It isn't just greed, it's necessity. Bred into my fucking bones from years of hard living and harder fighting. So if you think I took too many for just one man's belly, maybe you should try wearing my boots and swinging my sword.
No.
See how well your dainty stomach holds up then.
Alright, the court has decided your punishment, Sandor. Your punishment shall be you are to eat only vegan for the next month. That means no meats, no milk, no cheese, etc.
What kind of sick joke is this? Vegan? You might as well fucking starve me right out without the bloody show of it. I've mashed men's skulls for less, and now you want to deny me the food my body craves? If these are the terms, then fuck the court and any man who'd push such cruel misery on a warrior. I'd rather face a horde of bloody White Walkers than sip on your weak piss water they call vegetable broth. Punish me like a real man, or not at all, you sorry pack of sniveling shits.
We did a great job. I rate how well we do based on their reaction. Something.
I, Daenerys Stormborn of the House Targaryen, first of her name, Queen of Meereen,
Yes, yes.
Queen of the Andals and the
Yes.
First Men,
Yes.
Protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the Mother of Dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea,
2 hours later.
the Unburnt, the Breaker of Chains, stand accused of turning the entire city of King's Landing into a dragon-themed amusement park without a fucking permit. Yes, you heard right. I erected colossal dragon roller coasters where the Iron Throne used to be, served charred Lannister-flavored cotton candy, and I may have replaced the city's water supply with wildfire slushes. So what? Those cunts in the city needed some fire and blood after what they've seen. I revitalized that shithole, gave them exhilaration instead of air thick with despair and decay. Do you want to punish me for bringing a spark of dragonfire joy to these miserable lives? Or will you admit that even my so-called crimes are a damn sight better than the dreary fucks that passed for rulers before me?
She ain't wrong. She ain't wrong. Yeah, Danny, that's that's kind of crazy that you did that. Can I at least ask did the citizens like it? Did people show up? Was anyone hurt? Like, what the fuck happened? What was the outcome, and how did you even pull this off? Was anyone displaced?
Look, you sagging sack of a senile septon, the citizens of that grey dustbin absolutely fucking adored it. They came in
Okay.
droves, starry-eyed and eager, trampling through those gates like Dothraki to a raid. Hurt, no more than they've been by the hands of far lesser so-called nobles who've whipped and beaten them into submission for centuries. And displaced, I gave them a home in the stars, on the backs of mechanical dragons that soared higher than their piss-poor hovels ever allowed them to dream. I turned their misery into magic. So really, the only crime here is if you try to stop me from finishing what those miserable pricks started.
Sounds like they were fine with it. I don't see a crime here, guys. I say no punishment. So the biggest crime here is that you just didn't have a permit. Am I understanding that correctly? Is it just one permit to turn the entirety of King's Landing into an amusement park? If so, that's honestly very little bureaucracy. I'm proud. Westeros got it going on. That's like literally no fucking red tape. They signed one form, amusement park.
Fuck yes, you armored fuckwit. It's all about that bloody permit. It's not like I burned them alive, this time. I brought them amusement and joy, the likes of which those grimy, flea-ridden cesspits they call homes could never offer. So while you sit there on your high horse, judging me for lacking a scrap of parchment, remember I changed lives with fire and blood, not with ink and quill. Now, are you going to punish me for not playing by your fucked up rules? Or can we agree that my crime lit up their dreary lives far more than any permit ever could?
God damn. I'm down to dismiss. Does anyone want to get burned alive because she didn't have a permit? Okay, how about this? We make her promise to never burn anyone alive at the amusement park now or in the future. That's her punishment. If she's charging, she must use some of the profits to help the people of Flea Bottom. And no drugs. Okay, I'm down. Daenerys, we find you guilty of your crimes. But it sounds like it was honestly pretty fun, so your punishment isn't going to be much. All that you have to do is 1. Promise right here and right now today that you will not burn anyone alive ever. People who use your amusement park or their other. Is that the right word? Their other? Anyway, no wildfire and also no drugs. And finally, if you're charging to enter your amusement park, you have to give the profits to Flea Bottom. Those are our requirements.
Or we're shutting your park down.
Are you fucking jesting with me? Promise not to burn anyone alive. Look, you peckish pigeon of a prosecutor, I am Daenerys Stormborn, and fire is my fucking domain. But all right, I'll humor your ludicrously limp conditions, if it means preserving the joy of my fiery fucking fantasy land. As for the profits, fine. I'll shower those flea-bottom rats with gold, if it will shut your mouths. But mark my words, if any of you spineless shit stewards dare breathe a word about shutting down my park, I'll show you what real dragon fire feels like.
She's still threatening us. Lastly, Danny, can you tell all the viewers to like and subscribe to this channel?
Fuck no, you tedious little toad. I am Daenerys Stormborn, not some mummer calling for applause at a flea circus show. But since I'm gracious, even in the face of imbecility, I'll indulge your trite request.
Oh?
If you cunts love witnessing the grandeur of dragons and the spectacle of real power, like and subscribe, or face the wrath of my fire.
Yeah!
Now can we end this farce?
Robert Baratheon, address the court and tell us your crime and tell us why you should not be punished. Today at the court we have Woods Martin, General Grievous, Mad Mary Berry, and Crazed 220.
All right, listen up, you lot of fools. So I shagged a barrel of wine, and what of it? A fat, drunk king is meant to enjoy himself, and if a bloody barrel looks as good as a whore from Flea Bottom after a few jugs, I'm damned if I'm not getting my fun. Woods Martin, General Grievous, Mad Mary Barry, and Craze 220. You've likely never seen a real man enjoy himself. It's not my fault the barrel burst, flooding the cellar, and damn near drowned half of King's Landing. If them cunts can't swim, they're not fit to serve under my rule anyway. So what? It ended up killing a score of rats and ruining a few tapestries. Small price for a king's joy, eh? The only crime here is my good time being interrupted by a bunch of cantankerous whore sons like yourselves. Tell me you wouldn't do the same given the chance.
This man fucked the wine barrel. Do y'all have any questions for the defendant? Any questions we have for the defendant? I think my personal question is just why? Why? To be quite honest, Robert, we are all pretty shocked. We have a few questions for you. Mad Mary Berry asks, did you get any splinters?
Splinters? Of course I got splinters, you daft twat. But here's the thing, a real man takes a bit of pain with his pleasure. I've fought in more bloody battles and taken more arrows than you can count, so a few wooden pricks aren't gonna faze me. Now why the time on this. Punishing a king for a bit of fun is like punishing a dragon for breathing fire. I'll tell you what, you let me off and I won't make a barrel out of your hides.
Robert, we didn't quite catch that. Were you coming? Or was it the splinters splintering your prick? And third question, did you nut in the wine? And fourth question, what kind of wine was it?
You're a curious lot, aren't you? Fuck's sake. Yes, I came. All right, a man finishes what he starts, be it bed, battle, or barrel. As for nutting in the wine, well, I didn't exactly save any for a bloody taste test, did I? It was Arbor Gold, so I probably did those snobby twats a favor by adding a bit of kingly essence. Now, how about you all climb down from your high horses and recognize this for what it is. A damn good story to tell over a pint, not a fucking crime. You cunts want to see me punished when you'd likely do the same if you had the balls. So let's put this nonsense behind us and move the fuck on, eh?
Robert, you can see why this is a bit of a puts us in a bit of a predicament. How about we ask you this? Would you do it again?
Would I do it again? You're bloody right I would. A king needs his pleasures. And if a barrel of arbor gold happens to catch my eye, then to the seven hells with what anyone thinks. You judges have never had to fight for every scrap of joy in your miserable lives. So don't try to judge me for grabbing some when I see it. Besides, I did the realm a favor by weeding out the weak who couldn't swim. Now, how about we all stop pretending this is a serious matter and get back to drinking and whoring like proper folk?
Okay, do we think we should punish him or not? I think he should be rewarded for the laughs he provided us. Okay, so it sounds like we're not going to punish and maybe even reward him. How would we go about rewarding him for this? Should we give him another barrel of wine? Oh, we're just in the same mind right now, Mary. Okay, how about this? We reward him and we punish him. We give him another barrel, but we say he has to tell Cersei this story the next time he sees her. Robert, the judges have convened and we've decided to both punish you and reward you because this story honestly was one of the funniest things we've ever heard. So for your punishment, you must tell Cersei this story verbatim and exactly how it went, just like you told us. First and foremost. Second, we are going to reward you with another barrel of arbor gold. Do whatever you please with it. Lastly, Mad Mary Berry says, fuck Lannister gold, you'll fuck arbor gold instead.
Oh, bloody hell, telling Cersei. Eh? Might as well be fed to the wolves. Fine. I'll tell her the whole sordid tale. And make no mistake, she'll be about as pleased as a cat in a rainstorm. But I'll take that new barrel of arbor gold gladly. And Mad Mary Berry, you're damn right. Fuck Lannister gold, arbor's where it's at. Just remember, next time you need a good laugh at court, you'll remember old Robert and his barrel. Now, if we're done here, I've got a fresh barrel waiting and a pissed off wife to entertain. Cheers, you judgmental cunts.
Now I don't know if he's gonna drink it or fuck it. This has been the Samurai JB Court. And on that note, watch this video right here where I do some even crazier stuff with Game of Thrones characters.